It's Raftcraft Minecraft, and today we are going to be building another warship requested by someone who is a friend of mine from Australia. He said that he wanted me to build the HMS Hood and the KMS Bismarck. He wanted me to build both things at the same time, so we are going to build this together. I've already made the length of the ship and we are going to get down on building this together. So, hello to everyone, and it's been a while since I haven't been able to stream for a little bit because I've been busy running some errands and running some other things, and I've been doing I've been quite occupied for a while, and I apologize for not being around because I was also sort of doing other things, and I was kind of a bit ill, maybe a little ill, but also like under the weather. But everything's fine now, and hopefully we'll be building this together. And since this is the first part of me building a battleship a battleship, well, not to say battleship, but battle cruiser in this case. Let's get down to this together, and I hope you're going to have fun doing this with me. So follow me, and let's get down to building this together. I was not able to properly get rest during the past few days, but yesterday I was able to get sleep. So right now we are going to continue where we left off. And sorry for my inconvenience, and I apologize if I fell asleep or almost tried to fall asleep in front of our stream. But we're going to redo this. We are redoing this, or should I say, I'm redoing this in the request of the person who told me to build this. And since since she is shorter by by just 1 meter, Hood should be comparable to almost the size of Yamato. So we got back to the mistake we had in building, and the mistake we had in building was the length, the miscalculation of the length, because either I made her too long or she was just too short for the length that I made exactly for Hood itself. So this time we are doing it over again, and I've already started it by measuring the block. Anyway, if I'm a little shy and if I'm a little imperfect in speech, it's because I tend to talk a lot while streaming, and I'm going to edit this out so that we can cut the unnecessary parts. So first we started off with the very tip of the ship. So the very tip of the ship would be at this length, it would be at this height, exactly like this. Then we go down with 2 by 2, go to 3 by 3, and all the way to the, let's say, the black outline of this. Then we go the same for 3 by 3, 3 by 3, all the way to 2 by 2 and 1 by 1. And we're going to count this by, these are 2 by 2 blocks each, then these would be around 7, 3 by 7, this is 5 by 7, then the rest would be 7 by 5 and 9 by 5, and all the way to 11. Then we will have to straighten that and match it with the length and size. Yes. Anyway, as you're looking at the outlines of this in the middle of the ship, this is what block you can tell by this is what block you use, and this is how many blocks I can tell by how many blocks I did from shortest to longest. Sure, maybe it bases on math, but I usually used my creativity and in ways logically mathematic talk. The height of the hood would be depending on how tall she would be. If she is about, in estimation, she would be 57 blocks tall by height. which is comparably like 50 feet. Yes, 50 feet. 50 feet or more. We're going to do a little complexity on how we want the ship's bottom part to be round. Round. Yes, when I mean by round, you already know what I mean. And make sure it matches the size. Always remember that when you're taking measurements in this building, or when you're taking measurements in building, you have to match it part by part and properly place them. Yes. It may seem like I'm not doing much, but I am doing a lot. Especially just the very small baby steps. It's enough to already call me a YouTuber. Live streaming, video editing, cutting part by part, making sure that it's in the correct aspects of me talking while teaching every one of you to build. Many more. Now we're going to do the other side. Since we've already done the first part of that end, we're going to do the other side as well. Yep, that should be the same as that. No. So that's 7. Here we go. Exactly as the same as the one I did on 5 by 7 by 5. I intentionally invert words sometimes because I have a slight disability when talking a lot. I tend to misspell my words or misuse my words. And while talking, there are some people that view it, and since I'm still new to this, still getting the hang of the ropes and learning how to be more confident in myself. It's not easy talking to people online than rather as it is on real life, but it's also not easy trying to show yourself you are great at doing something like this, because the saying goes, let people come to you. It'll eventually come. Just like how they say, your time will shine as long as you show them your talent, your skill, and you'll get there. Nobody is untalented to do something, even if it's big or small. We all are special in our own way. No matter how inconvenient people get to you, no matter how many times they say that you're not good at it, and even if they try to pull you down, even if it's anything but the simplest things you're good at, don't let that get into your head. Be strong, stand up for yourself, and then prove them you're wrong. That's what I did, and learned the hard way in building for 9 years. That's something I've achieved a very long time ago when I still didn't have Minecraft. Now, I do. Now, we are finally done with our whole front. Man, now that exactly looks like the HMS Hood's entire bow. We're going to do the same for the aft deck and for the stern. So, yeah. But first, let's put the black outline, because this is the mid section of the ship. or should I say the middle part between the water line and the hull. So let's put that. And there you have it, the entire black outline in the middle of the ship. Now for HMS Hood's aft deck. Her aft deck is going to be the next part of this, and I'm going to have to build it all the way from the back. So let's get down to it. Bismarck would be longer in this case, since we're talking meters. Bismarck would be around 500 feet, longer than 500 feet. So she is a few feet longer than Hood, since Hood is about a few feet shorter. Should I say 262 meters in length. Now that we've done the first part of this, we're going to do the second part the same. Yes, looking plain, but we're going to have to round that shape. So it's going to take a while and it's going to consume some time. Alright, now we have our entire aft deck covered from head to from the middle. We're going to do the most challenging part, and the most challenging part of this is the stern, because for the stern it's going to go a little upward so that it can reach this based height of the building from this edge from here. So we're going to do that part by part, but I think I'm going to start with a portion on the very tip of the rear. So we're going to start here on the rear part of the ship, then we're going to move onwards to the other parts, or should I say the rest of the parts. Taking a look at my photos in HMS Hood, I could see that it's going downwards. So we're going to do that the same by how this is also done. But I don't think all of it is downwards, just the very edge portion or the very back portion is the only downwards part of the building. So let's hope that this goes well, and yes. I hope everyone is enjoying what I'm doing here, and especially those who are watching. It makes me happy that I'm doing what I can to entertain everyone. So we're not going to remove the bottom, we're going to leave it as it is over there until I can reach from down there all the way. Yes. Let us hope we can make that round, since it's supposed to be roundish at the bottom. Okay, actually that looks much better since it's slanting, just like the one I'm looking at the photo. And we're going to do also the same here. And I think that should be it. There we go. Now we have our full upper portion to lower portion. Yeah, should I say that? So I'm going to leave that on and going to remove that later on. So right now let's just continuously finish where we left off in the other parts of HMS Hood. So we're going to do the same here, but we're going to reverse the curve so that she looks a little roundish at the back. I've seen tons of HMS Hood builds on Minecraft, and most of theirs is also, they're not that good, and they're not that much of a style, or they're not that stylish. But I don't judge them. They're actually really good because they did what they could in building the HMS Hood. And I've seen tons also of professionals who do buildings. I've seen tons of people as insane as me who build really big things like this. And I should say that's an acceptance or an exceeding precision of talent that you take months, days, maybe more than just maybe just more than months, or maybe years. That's an incredible talent, and that's an incredible skill. Something you should inherit. Something you should appreciate about yourself, because it's part of you as a human. Looks like it's going to be different as block by block this time. So as it goes upwards, the blocks get less from the bottom, and as it gets less from the bottom, it also becomes a little more complex and challenging, because you need to make sure you match it by the block by the blocks per place. So yes. I don't want to miss out anything of this, any part of this, so long as I place it block by block, then it will certainly just continue. I just continue what I have to do so that it will not mess up. Oops. Here we go. Should be a 2, and then the other one will be just a 1. So far so good, and it looks like we're really covering up from the bottom. Now we're going to cover up the rest here, and we're going to finish it with the finishing touches. And then we're going to build at the bottom would be the shaft propellers. I wonder how many does HMS Hood have? Ah, I see, about 4 shaft propellers, and 2? Yes, 2 rudders. 2 rudders and 4 shaft propellers. That's quite a lot. Well, should I say, that's really normally an amount for at least a ship. But nowadays in real life, when it comes to modern ships, they now only have 2 or 1 propeller, because we've lost the convenience to really like battleships or any warship bigger than the previous ones as today. But they're still big, considerably destroyers. If not destroyers, heavy cruisers, carriers, they're super huge nowadays in the modern world. But if I were to really wish to see a battleship, it would be as big as probably Hood, Bismarck, anyone bigger. Arizona maybe in size, Nevada classes, maybe Iowa classes in length, maybe Yamato. Anyone. I would love to see them in a world that's already in modern times where we don't need to rely on the old guns blazing. I love those. I'll be honest with you. I truly have a heart for those. All guns blazing. Me, during my days when it comes to building, I never really asked for help, and I never really asked for tips. I went to a Minecraft server once when I was building, and I really wanted to entertain them and showing them that I build warships. Everyone approved and accepted me, and the server really went down with it. And they loved what I build, but I used to usually do it sometimes weekly and sometimes by daily when I post them time to time because I had a lot of time during my high school days when it comes to building. Nowadays, I don't think I do post that much there in that server of Facebook anymore, where I usually show off my buildings, because it was a server full of Minecraft posts, mostly about building relations, and I enjoyed their time and their company, talking about your builds are amazing, telling that you're really a great builder. You should try and show that YouTube. You should try showing this to YouTube, and maybe you might be seen. And I did actually thought of it for the first time when I really wanted to start off my YouTube account for the first time, and eventually, uh, I guess I started it just 3 years later after everything, like after finishing tons of things in life, especially like college stuff and as a part-time working student and all. But yes, I'm also trying this so I can get myself seen in real life, and I want to maybe in the future it might be the because it maybe in the future I might be able to go on an exhibit and show them my building skills and teach others from around the world, maybe online, maybe real life, and maybe someday I'll be able to prove to everyone that a talent is where creation starts, and even a creative mind, or should I say creativity alone, is also a gifted intelligence. That's all I'm going to say. But for now, I'm starting small and making sure I'm entertaining everyone in this stream, or should I say this video. So I hope everyone's actually enjoying, and even if there's not many people watching, I hope everyone is watching. Even there's few, and even though there's only very little people who see me, I hope everyone does like the company I'm giving. We are almost finally finished. It is just the last finishing touches of the building, and then we're going to do the shaft propellers, and we're going to also do the rudder, and we're going to end it there. But I'm also going to have to add at least the black outline. Yes, I need to add the black outline in case, because I don't want to miss that out. So I am just trying to finish the last parts of this building. And yes, once again, to an Australian friend of mine who said they wanted me to build this request. I hope you like what you're watching, and especially the one who's watching it is the person that requested the building itself. Yes, thank you for requesting that to me. Actually, that's a first. I'm actually getting few requests, and we're well, it's churning. It's churning, and we're going. I'm getting there. I'm getting more. I'm getting there. Basically, I'm going to say. I think that looks much better now. All right, we did it. Eventually, we finally made it from tip to from head to toe. Exactly looking like the actual version of Hood herself. I'm glad. Let us just add the black outline of the ship. Then we'll add the shaft propellers and the rudder, and we're done after this. Let's see how many propellers is. I see 4 propellers in the picture, and each one are separated, and one of them is extensively long with 2 rudders. Alright, I think I know how this is going to go. Let's put up that night vision on. The first one should be around here, but first let's also get the blocks I need for these so we can make our propellers. First I will grab stairs, smooth sandstone stairs, alongside with that some smooth sandstone. Cut that out. This one is more likely like counterclockwise, so that, because since propellers move in one circular area, or let's say one spins at the left, the other spins at the right, they have to still look the same, where they look like they're spinning. So yes. Now that we know where to place it, we're going to do the same for each. Yes. This is the placement we want. Just make sure you put that there, all the way here, and so it's sticking over there. Let's put these blocks for good measure so we can fit them. And another propeller done. Look at that. Now we have two propellers. Now that we fixed that, we're just going to put the propellers. The rest of the propellers, then we're going to put the rudder. And look at that, we're finally done with our propellers. Each side, 4 of those propellers, looking like the actual Hood herself. Now all we need is just a rudder and we are good to finish this building. For the rudder, it's just going to be, let's just say, a few blocks, and they should not be touching the propellers. They should be 1 block away from each other. So I'm going to do that from here, because the propeller is almost at the edge of the stern. So we're going to do that at the edge of the stern. So let me grab the stairs again, because I didn't mean to throw that away. I actually needed that. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put the next one here. And make sure we put this on there. Each. We're going to bring out the, yes. It'd be best if you use the color red for concrete in case. Then let's let's make sure that the propellers are a bit trapezoid in shape. They should be a bit trapezoid in shape, so we're going to do that like the one we see in the photo. And we're going to do the same for this 7 and 6. It's a 4 down here, and then we're going to move down with 2, and the last one should be 1. Let's make this actually a 7 from here, so that the other one would be 6. 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Then that should be a 7 from there. There we have it. That's the entire propeller shaft. Now that we've done most of the building, I think it's time we call it for a day, since we've done this together. And I hope you found this building in your liking, because this is going to be part by part, just like I did with the IJ and Yamato, the one I've did previously back a month ago. So I'm going to be editing this part by part so that we can get this finished. And I think we can do a second part tomorrow, the same day as the one we did today. Everyone that has been watching this, and everyone who's been here to hear me speaking while I was doing the stream all along, and I'm going to make it into a video upload by tomorrow. And then I'm going to upload, and then I will make another one by stream tomorrow again. And yeah, I enjoy doing this, and requesting buildings from people, well, I can do that. Well, I like to also get requests from military builds, because military builds are one of the few things I love doing and enjoying. One of those I really love doing and enjoying once more is warships and aircraft, because they're to my liking, and it's in my nature that I do this. And it's alright if you don't want to request. It's okay, you don't need to request what you want me to build, non-military related or just military related. It's up to you, whatever you really want me to build, because I'll do them, and I'll show them the best I can, even if I'm not the best at building. This request once more came from my Australian friend, and once again shout out to him. I am here to show you that this magnificent building has went well. Fortunately for yesterday, I could not upload it because I fell asleep and I felt so sleepy, so I had to redo the whole thing again And this took some time, and let's say probably 3-4 hours more. Yeah, it probably took more than that, to be honest. But yeah, looking at the building here from viewpoint down here, still big, still magnificently big. Looking at it by this size and this height, it just goes to show that it takes years or a lot of practice and a lot of effort just to do something like this. Because if you really want to do buildings as professional as those from YouTube and those that are far greater than I am, then I accept that you challenged yourself, because that's on you. As far as I do know, that building is sometimes really taking a lot of patience, and it's enduring how long it's going to take. But at the end of the day, that's dedication. Just comparing this to the Aija and Yamato I did myself when I streamed that a month ago, this one looks more slender, more thinner, more like, how should I say this? She looks like a stick, I'm going to say. But nonetheless, an amazing big battle cruiser. Right now, I just want to thank everyone who joined me on this video and this me building together with everyone who's viewed this video. And the first part of the HMS building of HMS Hood, I will edit that and I will combine it with the continuous part, so that it'll become the entire first part 1. Then after that, we're going to do the next part by the hull. Then we're going to do the outline of the guns and the barbettes. Then we're also going to do the anti-aircraft. Then we're going to do the interiors and exteriors. We're also going to do the auxiliaries, and finally the finishing touches of the ship. As I said, the finishing touches of the ship takes some time, and it will take a while. Thank you everyone, to those who watched, and thank you for joining me. I'm really happy that you were with me, and you enjoyed this broadcast of me showing my stream and enjoying my time with you guys talking, even though there's sometimes that I mute myself and sometimes I always don't talk much, and sometimes I get nervous when talking, but I'm still trying to boost my confidence in me, and there's just a lot and I just can't say much, but really, I really very much appreciate you guys being here, and I'll give you an applause for that. So thank you so much to everyone who's watched, and I'll see you again in the next video. This is your host, your builder, your teacher in Minecraft, aka Rafcraft Minecraft. Goodbye, and have a nice day.